Just gonna go. Okay, so standing up. We're gonna start with that step and reach. So you're gonna step and reach across, step, reach across. Just start nice and slow, kind of extending through the whole body. Exhale to reach. We're gonna go up and overhead. Reach up and over. Side to side in the feet. Just a couple more times, maybe a little bit more of a bend in the knees. Little shake of that head. Last time here, and then we're gonna come straight across with a punch, fist. So same thing, just straight from the shoulder and with a fist in your hands. More bend in the knees. We just have a couple more here each side. Last one, each side. Come into a straddle squat. So that plie squat, nice and wide and loose, kind of shake it out a little bit. We're not gonna go super low since we're just warming up. On the inhale, we're gonna start to sink our hips, hands on top of the thighs. And as you exhale, I want you to pull your belly button in, pull the chin in, round that mid back, really hollow out, so like a cat back stretch. And as you inhale, lift, lengthen, maybe a little bit of a back bend. And then as you exhale, tilt the hips, chin to chest, really round that back. Just two more here like this. Last one here. Slowly coming up to stand. Go ahead and shake it all out again. This time we're going to grab one of our hand weights. Again, if you want to go a little bit heavier here, you totally could. You guys are strong. So we're going to take that saddle, wide leg plie squat again. Heels in, toes turned out at an angle. We're going to have one weight here, hands on either end. We're going to start with that weight at our chest. And when we sit into that low plie squat, we're going to press that weight forward and we're going to twist it one way and then twist it the other way. Bring it back into your chest as you stand up. Here we go. Lower, press out, twist, twist. Bring it in and up. Press out and lower, twist, twist. Keeping the shoulders down the back. Don't let them hunch forward or shrug up towards your ears. And if you need to readjust your weight situation, just do it. You are in competition with no one. I don't even really like that competing with myself versus yesterday, because it's just who we were yesterday, you know? Do better, know more, do more, right? And the more you know, the more you can do. Keep going, everybody. Really turning on those legs. But again, we're still in that warm-up phase. You don't need to squat so far down. Last two here. One more time. Awesome job. Go ahead and grab that other weight if you have it. So we're going to have two weights here, and we're going to do that curtsy lunge or squat. So we're going to start with our feet hip width distance. We're going to take our hands down by our sides. Going to do a hammer curl as we step back and across with that right foot. We'll start with the right foot coming back, bending both knees, driving that back knee down, and then coming back up to stand. We're going to switch sides. So right foot stays, hammer curl, step that left leg back. Let's really focus on precise movements here. Elbows stay by the sides. And if you don't let the hands come all the way down, you're keeping the biceps active the whole time. You feel the outside edge of that thigh turn on. Nice and easy here. I like to come back to that good, hip width distance stance at the top. Helps me feel set up for my other side. Nice and tall through the core. We're going to do 3 more each side. Two more each side. Last one here. Coming back to the top. Again, starting with your feet about hip width distance. Shake it out a little bit. We're going to hinge forward with a flat back to do some chest flies here. So knees are slightly bent. You're going to drop the hands down right in front of the shoulders. Slight bend in those elbows. Lift up and back. Okay. So you really think about pulling that low belly in, keeping your spine nice and supported. Slight bend in the knees. Your hinge forward at the hips. Just a couple more here. Last 3, 2, and 1. Come on up. Coming back to that plie squat. Heels in, toes turn out. Elbows are bent at 90 degrees by our sides. We're going to do that shoulder press with the squat. Here we go. Lower down, lift those arms. Coming up tall, squeeze the elbows in. Exhale, inhale. Nice and tall through the spine. Zipping that core in. Last 10. 8. 6. 3 here. Last one, pulse it. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come on up. Shake it out a little bit. We're going to go over and drop the weights off safely. So just bend down, release those weights. Coming over to your mat, to your back. Making your way down. Take your arms straight out from the shoulders. Bend the knees, plant the left foot down, cross your right knee over that left knee. Scoot your hips towards the right side. Let your knees fall over. Really deep twist, grabbing that block or bolster if you need it. Underneath the knees. Taking really deep, big breaths through your thighs and hips. Everything should feel really good and warm here. One more big breath. Slowly rolling on to your back. Uncross that right foot. Cross the left knee over right. Scooch the hips to the left side. Find a good twist here with your knees coming down, supported with a prop or using your hand to help open up your chest and shoulders. Huge, deep, noisy breaths. I don't know about y'all, but it has just been a long week. It's only Wednesday. Oh, and winter just sucks. So let's just be real about it. All right. Get nice and warm. Rolling on to your back. Uncross that left leg. Coming to your bridge prep. So let's go ahead and slide those heels up by your seat. Lengthen through the spine, hands closer to the sides here. We're gonna go ahead and draw the hands together as we lift the hips. So on the inhale, draw those hands closer towards each other. You gotta kind of shimmy through your shoulders here. Really lengthen your neck. There's absolutely no tension or weight in your neck here. If you can interlace the fingers, that can help. Otherwise, you can just press the hands down. We're gonna lift those heels high, and then we're gonna lower one, lift it up. Lower the other, lift it up, lower, lift. What we're doing here is activating all kinds of tiny muscles and tendons, opening up the shoulders, work them legs, squeeze the glutes, squeeze that peach, lengthen your low belly. You really feel the tops of my ankles. Last two each side. Lower those heels down. Go ahead and open your arms a little bit wider to your sides. Release any holds you might have had. This time we're going to take that left leg up off the mat, send it straight out at a 45-degree angle. Bring that knee in, send that leg out. Squeeze and reach. Super stable through that right leg. We just have 4 more. Last one. Set that left foot down. Lift the hips. Squeeze the glutes. Send that right leg long. 45 degrees. Squeeze that knee in. Reach your leg long. Exhale, squeeze. Inhale, lengthen. Last 4. Last 2. Last 1. Set the heels down. Lift the hips high. Drawing one vertebrae back to the mat at a time. Squeeze until you can feel that length in your low back. Let those knees rock from side to side. Coming back to center. We're going to send our legs long towards the sky, flex through the heels. You want to have a little bit of space here. We're going to open our legs to a V shape, send them down about halfway, squeeze together, and then lift straight back up. Open to a V, lower halfway, zip together to the sky. I cannot talk to you during this one. Clearly, you don't have to lower very far or open the legs very wide to really feel the entire midsection activate. Not to mention those hips are feeling extra creaky. Let's go 4 more. Last 2. 1 more. Bring those knees in, give yourself a nice squeeze. We're going to move into a half happy baby. So we'll send that left leg long, keep the right knee in, pull that right knee off towards the side. Go ahead and grab for the bottom of that right foot or the big toe. Gently pull your left shoulder and your left hip back because they're going to want to lean and fall towards the right side. Give that right knee a squeeze in towards your body with both hands. Inhale, full body stretch. Exhale, bring that left knee in. Flex through that right heel. And then lift that left foot with your left hand or grab for the bottom of that left foot in a half happy baby. Drawing your right shoulder and your right hip back. Last 2 breaths here. Grabbing that left knee with both hands, bringing it in. Inhale, full body stretch. Exhale, bring both knees in. Give yourself a nice squeeze. We're just gonna rock over to one side so that we can grab our weights here. These ones you will want to be lighter. We are going to do a starfish down on the mat, which we've done lots of times. This time we're just gonna have a weight in our hands. So I think these are 2s. So you're gonna come back to the mat, take out in a starfish. So legs are a little bit wide, arms are a little bit wide, reaching out overhead. Inhale to prepare. As you exhale, you lift that hand cross to reach for that opposite leg that's lifting. Inhale to come back. Exhale, lift and reach. Talk about that pelvic floor. Think about it. Really isolate. Tune in to what you're doing. Tune everything else out. This is for you. This is super important, especially feminine health as we get older, our bladder and our pelvic muscles, we need to work and focus. Just a couple more here. Last one, each side. Release the weights, bring your knees in, give yourself a really big squeeze. You're gonna take those knees around in a big circle as you inhale. And as you exhale, bring the knees in. Focus on massaging that low back all the way around the back of the hips. Go the other way 2 times. Take a deep breath in and out. Coming back to center. We're gonna grab those light hand weights again and do the upside down tabletop for that dead bug. So knees are bent and hands are straight up from the chest and shoulders. On the exhale, we're gonna reach our right hand overhead, send that left leg long, point the toes. Works pretty well. If you wanna flex the heels, go for that. Activation through the legs. Core is turned on that whole time, but you've got that tiny little bit of space for a neutral curve in the spine. All the muscles still need to be turned on and working hard to keep it that way, but just take a moment to notice before you get going in your breath and movement here. Zip it in the whole time. Feeling great. Diagonal connection. 2 more each side. Last one. Go ahead and set the feet down. Let your knees rock from side to side. We're gonna just need 1 weight for this one. We're gonna do that roll up or roll over. So our hands are overhead. Inhale to prepare, and as you exhale, you're lifting that weight overhead. If you're just taking it halfway, you're lifting up to a crunch. Inhale to roll back. Exhale all the way up and over if you want, or if that feels good. Inhale to roll back. We're just gonna do 10. Press down into your feet. You're not glued up next to your seat, so that should give you a good leverage and stability. Last 2 here. 1 more, we're gonna pulse it up. So wherever you're at, you're reaching up, up, up. 1 inch. Last 5, 4, lead with your heart, 2, and 1. Go ahead and roll all the way back. Release that weight off to the side. Let your knees go from side to side. Great job. All right, we are going to do one last core move here. Take the soles of the feet together. Let the knees open wide. Take your hands together. Interlace all of the fingers except that pointer finger. You're going to have your arms straight out in front of you, reaching between the legs and forward. On the exhale, you're just going to take a micro crunch and you're going to press into the soles of the feet as you do that. Exhale, crunch, squeeze the soles of the feet together. Roll back on the inhale. Low pelvic floor, forcing to keep the knees stable here the whole time. Lead with your heart on those crunches. Up. You got it. Last 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Whew. Nice job, everybody. Go ahead and lift those knees, plant your feet. Let's let those knees rock from side to side. We're going to let those knees fall over to one side. Just kind of stacked however it feels good to you. Open up the arms, maybe lift them overhead. Lift those knees, let them sway, and then let the knees fall over to the other side. Lifting the knees, straightening the legs up towards the sky. You're going to bend that right knee in and then press that right leg long. So if the right knee comes in and bends, send that right leg long. Lift it back up to the sky, kind of like a bicycle. Stretch out, lift up. Left heel stays flexed the whole time. Hands by the sides, pressing down. Just 3 more here. 1 more. Go ahead and switch sides. So the left knee bends in, and then you shoot that leg out long. Lift it up to the sky. Bend the knee in, press the leg long. Lift, bend, reach. Everything else staying super stable. Last 2. 1 more time. Go ahead and bring those knees in, grab behind your thighs, rock and roll several times up and over to your tabletop on your hands and knees on your mat. Do a little flow here. On the inhale, curl the toes under, press your belly forward, lift your chin. Exhale, flatten the tops of the feet, round that mid back. 2 more times in that cat-cow or any variation. Last breath. Coming back to neutral tabletop. Right leg goes long. Neck is long here as well. So just check in for a second. The leg is no higher than the hip. You're going to gently externally rotate that leg so the thigh turns out towards your right side to easily squeeze that knee in towards your right shoulder. Exhale, squeeze in, inhale, lengthen. You can flex or point through that foot to keep it active. because as you're stretching, I want you to imagine you're doing your spinal balance, that awkward stretch. Last two. Last one here. Go ahead and set that right knee down. Move your hips from side to side. Come back to center. We're going to do the same thing on our left leg. Left leg lifts, even with the hips. Really check in with that spine. Engage your core. Externally rotate just that leg. Squeeze the knee in. Push it back. Squeeze. Reach. Exhale to squeeze. Inhale to reach. Last three here. One more time. Coming back to center, go ahead and set that left knee down. We're going to take circles around on our wrists. So we're on top of our hands and knees, taking our body around. And then go the other way. Coming back to center. Inhale, neutral spine. Exhale, down dog. Pedal out those feet. Lift and lower the heels. Bend the knees. Back into that down dog. Inhale, right foot high. Exhale, bend that knee. Twist your hips open to the right side. Really lean it back. Gaze out under that right arm. 2 more breaths. Oh, enjoy that really big core stretch. Bringing your chest forward, lengthen that right leg long. Inhale, exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, up and back. Exhale, tuck and step. Release that left knee down. Uncurl the toes with strength. Both hands come up high. Breathing in, lower into the hips. Breathe out. Readjust. Maybe walk that right foot forward just a little bit. Mine tends to slide underneath. Really low in those hips. Hand comes to the right side or to your right hip. Left hand overhead. 2 deep breaths. Reach through that left hand. Windmill the arms back to the top of the mat. Scooch back. Right leg straightens. Inhale, flatten out that back. Flex the heel. Exhale. Left hand stays. Inhale, right hand high. 3 deep breaths. Keep pulling back on that left hip. Bringing your right hand down, scooch that right knee back. Lift to high plank. Inhale here, exhale, down dog. Inhale, lift to the toes, look forward, step or hop. Forward fold, exhale. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Bend those knees slowly. Inhale, up to stand, 1 vertebrae at a time. Exhale, shoulders down the back. Wiggle it out to mountain. Inhale, both hands high, grab that left wrist. Exhale, arch to the right side. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, grab that right wrist. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, open the elbows, lean back. Inhale, rise and reach. Exhale, fold. Inhale, flat back. Bend the knees, plant the hands, step both feet back to high plank. We're going to do those mountain climbers, pulling one knee in and then the other, staying light on the toes for 1 whole minute. Go faster than you usually do. Just take it up a little tiny notch. You've got this. You can do anything for 1 minute. Let's go. Halfway there. Low in the hips. Strong in the core. Last 10 seconds. Crush it out. 4, 3, 2, 1. Almost slid right off my mat. Take the knees down. Give yourself a little shimmy, hula hoop in the waist. Catch your breath. Come back to tabletop. Inhale, exhale, down dog. Inhale, left foot high. Exhale, bend that knee, twist your hips open to the left side. Gaze out under that left arm. One more big breath here. Inhale, straighten that left leg. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, up and back. Exhale, tuck and step. Release the right knee. Uncurl those toes. When you're ready, bring both hands high. Big breath in. Settle low in the hips. Adjust that front foot. Lower and lower. Left hand down, right hand high. Bringing that right hand back to the mat. Scooch back. Straighten out that left leg. Inhale. Flatten out the spine. Exhale to hinge and fold. Right hand stays. Inhale, left hand high. 3 deep breaths. Windmill the hand back to the mat. Left knee pulls back to tabletop. Inhale here. Exhale, down dog. Pedal it out. Wiggle in your body. Notice how great and warm and loose you should feel here. On your next breath in, right foot high. Exhale, tuck and step. Release the left knee down. Left hand stays. Inhale, right hand high. Exhale, reach that right hand back for the opposite foot. If you are not able to grab that foot, just reach your right hand back. And then I want you to turn your gaze back down towards your left hand or out over towards that left shoulder. See how that feels to resist against that twist. One more breath. Bringing your right hand back to the mat. Step back to high plank. Inhale at the top. Exhale through your chaturanga. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, left foot high. Exhale, tuck and step between the hands. Release the right knee down. Inhale, left hand sweeps high. Exhale, left hand reaches back for that foot. 5 deep breaths here, wherever you're at. Maybe you can turn your gaze back towards that right hand or right shoulder. Really open up. Release your foot, bring the hand back. Step back to high plank. Left hand stays, open up to that left side plank. Left knee can come down, but try to lift it up here. We're gonna lift and lower our right leg 5 times. Much more gracefully than that. Stay long on that left side. Last one. Let's keep it lifted for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring the right hand back. Come back to high plank. Let's do the same thing on that right side. Opening up, holding for 5 breaths. Lift that top leg and lower. 3 more times. Last one, hold it up. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Coming back to the mat with the left side. Coming to a well-deserved child's pose. Taking the knees where they need to go. Bringing your heels back. Hips squish around. I like to open my knees as far as I can here. It feels good on my inner thighs. Taking your forehead down onto the mat or onto a block. Walk the hands towards the top of the mat so your arms are long. Notice that really good stretch through the shoulders. I'm going to be here for a little bit. So just settle in. Taking a little inward glance, are you finding yourself tensing up in any way? It's something you can just move your body a little bit to alleviate. Maybe do that, or maybe see if you can just stay with it. Stay in that space that maybe isn't the most comfortable. Just breathe. Last 2 deep breaths. Slowly walking the hands in. Coming back to tabletop. Take a big breath in, neutral spine. Exhale, down dog. Pedal out those feet. Shake your head no and yes here. Settling into that good down dog, pressing back into the heels. Inhale, left foot high. Exhale, left knee, left elbow. Inhale, up and back. Step to the outside of that left hand for lizard. Lengthen through the back of that right leg. Then set it down on the mat. Uncurl the toes. Sliding forward like a lizard. Imagine a lizard as they pull their bellies down towards the earth and wiggle around next to their knees and ankles just like we can. Maybe adding in a prop or a little bit of an upper body twist. Staying focused on your breath. In this portion of the class, you release all the muscles that you turned on. Release that low belly with a lot of intention and purpose, because sometimes we overactivate this portion of the body. While I love to fire it up during class, it's also really important to breathe in those exhales and release the muscles. Just 2 more deep breaths on this side. Walking your hands in, sliding that right foot to the outside of the right hand, maybe lifting the hips and then lowering back down, or just totally resetting yourself, however you get down there. Feet are wide, spine is straight, hands come to heart center. 5 deep breaths in through the nose, out through open lips. Setting your hands down, lifting your hips high. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Bend the knees, plant the hands, step both feet back to high plank. Inhale, exhale, down dog. Inhale, right foot high. Exhale, right knee, right elbow. Inhale, up and back. Exhale, step to the outside of the right hand. Lengthen through the left leg and then release it down. Long spine coming forward to your lizardy like soul here, side of yourself, baby. Lizard soul. I have a lizard, so I'm getting familiar with these beasts. It's pretty cool. Anyway, just releasing again those pelvic floor muscles. So as you inhale, imagine yourself growing taller towards the top of the mat, or maybe exhaling into a twist, or just further down towards the floor, away or into certain spaces in your right leg, in your right hip and thigh. Last 2 breaths here. Walking back to the hands and then bringing that right knee back around. We're going to turn all the way back to sit on our booties. Bring the hands behind us. Swing through 2 reverse tabletops. So set your hands up like you like it, right underneath shoulders. Ankles under knees. On the inhale, lift yourself up, lift the hips high. Neutral through the neck, so the chin just lifts slightly. Want to hold here a little bit. Please do. Please stay. Stretch, stretch, stretch. One more pass through that reverse tabletop. When you're ready. Find the center of your mat. Go ahead and roll all the way down. Bring the knees with you. Give yourself a big squeeze. Taking a full happy baby. Both knees in towards their sides, towards your armpits. Flex and grab the bottom of those feet. Let's try to find the very center. Everybody together with 3 noisy, releasing breaths. Inhale. Making your way back to your mat, stretching out long, one leg and arm at a time, wiggling fingers and toes, and taking that final breath before you release into your final Shavasana, into the great feeling in your bodies. Taking just a short little guided breathing here, closing your eyes and releasing your tongue, allowing the jaw to soften. Notice the ease at which your breath flows. I am strong and resilient. I am worth all of the good and wonderful things that I desire. I own my power and recognize the strength and beauty of who I am. I believe in myself. Divine power moves through me. I confidently share my talents and gifts. I am a powerful source of love and light. I courageously shine my unique light. I accept myself just as I am.